All right, for this worksheet, we're on to what is called color schemes. Color schemes are a plan by an artist to organize their arbitrary color use, not realistic colors, but their arbitrary color choices in a meaningful way so that it's more aesthetically pleasing and helps to tell their story. So these color plans are called color schemes, and what they do is they work together in a meaningful way. They create harmony like in music, and we often call them color harmony as well as color schemes. Harmony, just like in music, if you put the right colors together. In art, it helps to sing, just like if you put the right notes together in a song, it helps you to sound beautiful. Well, the same thing happens with color harmony. So we're using the color wheel for this with your harmony chart attached. You're going to first off remember to label everything and your period number. And we'll go through the directions here real quickly. It says number 1, using your color wheel and its attached color harmony chart, select combinations of colors for each of the different color schemes listed below. So here are the color schemes: triadic, analogous, alternate, complementary, split complementary, monochromatic. So on the color wheel, they're all labeled inside the harmony chart, and the label is embedded in a set of lines. Like here's the triadic one. It's right here. You can see the label there, and you follow the set of lines to its color uses. So the triadic color scheme in this case is using, let's set it up right here. It's using the orange, the green, and the violet, the 3 secondary colors, because that's how it randomly was set up. But I can move it anywhere I want to start. There's yellow, red and blue, the other triadic. And then you can go into the intermediates too, right? So you can turn it any way you want to. Here's my suggestion. Decide what your favorite color is that you want to use in each one of these different illustrations and work from there, okay? So if, like with mine, my favorite color is green. So if I'm doing a triadic color scheme, my first color is going to be green. So I'm going to write it there. And then I look across and I see that orange is the next color, right? So I follow the set of lines, orange. Make sure you write these down. It's part of the points for this work. If you leave these blank, you'll lose one of the 5 points for each one of these, okay? Orange and purple, or violet, all right? And then here's analogous. Analogous is the 3 colors right next to each other on the color wheel. And in this case, it's yellow, green, yellow, and yellow, orange. But I like to start with green, so I can start with green in the middle and go with green, yellow, green, and blue, green. Or I can have it on the end here and go blue, green, green, and, green, blue, green, and blue. Or I could start this way and go green, yellow, green, and yellow. I kind of like this one myself, so I'm going to go green, yellow, green, and yellow. All right, so I'm going to stop with labeling them, but you want to do that before you start painting for all of them. Here, let me show you where every one of them is. The next one is alternate. The alternate color scheme is right here. It's embedded in this set of lines. It bounces. It alternates between colors. So it starts with a color, bounces over a color, bounces onto a color, uses it, and bounces off and goes to another third color. So it skips colors between the use of colors. So in this case, it would use blue, violet, violet, and red. Okay, so it's skipping the red, violet, and the violet itself. So you can manipulate it. Like I said, I like to use green, so I'm going to put one of the bouncers on green, and I see that it skips blue, green, but it goes to blue, so it goes green, blue, and purple. So I'm going to write those colors for alternate. Alternate means it skips a color. The next one over is complementary. Complementary means 2 colors across from each other on the color wheel. So in this case, the complement of red is green. That would be my combination if I'm going to use green for the complementary scheme. Okay, so here's the label, and you just follow the set of lines. Split complementary is the next one, and it's right here under the button. Split complementary means you use a color, and then before you use its complement, it splits off, and you use the other 2 on the side of the complement as well as that one. So you'd use this one, that one, and that one. You don't use the one that is its complement. So if I'm using green, I can put that leg on green, and I can let it split off, and I can see I use red, orange, and red violet, but not the red. And that gives me more options. If I don't quite like the combination with the complementary, I might want to do a split complementary scheme. It gives me a little bit more opportunity. And then I can put the leg over this way so that one of the legs is on green instead of the main one. And I could see that I would use green and blue, and the other color would be red-orange. So I just kind of manipulate it in the way that I want to for these to work for me. The last one is monochromatic. Monochromatic is right here on the color wheel. It's pointing downward just to one color. Mono means one, chroma means color. So monochromatic means the use of one color. So you would choose any one color. Okay, I'm using green. So now I know I only get to use green. Here's what you need to do though. On the monochromatic, you need to use a tint, a shade, and maybe a tone, or a second tint or a second shade, and then a split, then the intensity change. So you're going to do one color. You should write this down. And then you're going to do the color plus more water for a tint. You're going to do the color plus black for a shade. And you're going to do the color plus its complement equals intensity change. And, oops, should be change. And there are 5 little rectangles on this, not really rectangles, shapes on this, and I've only got 3, right? I've got 1, 2, 3. So you can do a second tint, a second shade, but you still need to do, or a second shade, you still need to do one more. And that's painting the pure color by itself, okay? So the pure color. All right, so I would put the pure color here, and then I'd make my tint, my shade, my intensity change, and then I can do a second tint, a second shade. I could do a tone by making a shade and then adding more water to it. That would be a tone because more white paper shows through and makes it kind of a gray rather than a black. And my intensity change. So you paint them up, and you should have something that looks like this when you're all done. Brush control, even coverage, and accuracy in your color selection. Good luck.